Hey, what's going on, you guys? What's going on, you guys? It's Marcus the Observer today. So I have a list about 40 different topics that I've thought of to talk about, and today we're gonna talk about one of them on random. So I have like my little phone over here. You guys can't really see it, but yeah, we're going to talk about log post gatekeeping. Um, this is one of the first things that I noticed when watching One Piece. Like, I really couldn't make it as a pirate. And it was very heartbreaking for me, if I'm being honest. I love the whole fantasy aspect and such, the romance, the romantic relationship of wanting to go out to sea, right? And I already have this phrase that going out to sea is just like traveling and such with like your friends and whatnot, in like our realistic version, leaving like your home, leaving your having your romance done, you know what I mean? Really going out and trying to break yourself out of the mode that you were made from, and finding a new identity inside of the realm that we all call Earth, right? And that was all just kind of smacked. Like, first part was like, I don't know, I could kind of see myself, like, if I really, really tried and all that, right? Like, if you learned to master crew and all that, and you got lucky enough to make it past all of like those jagged rocks of the red line, even like making it close to the red line in order to get to like Reverse Mountain and all that. um yeah, dog, as soon as you get into the Grand Line, you're immediately smacked with like a scenario that you don't even know you're in. Like, not to mention how crazy the weather is on the Grand Line already, right? We saw it can like sleet, hail, snow, and then be like a heating firestorm all in the same day. Like, you really don't even know what you're dealing with in that day. And on top of that, on top of just like the way you can be overwhelmed inside of that alone by itself, you also have the problem of not being able to navigate there because your compass is going crazy haywire, like it's literally just spinning in your hand and you have no idea which way you're going. No wonder people are getting lost and dying out there. Straw Hats just got so lucky that Laboon just decided to be up that day. Or they definitely just would have strolled right out into the Grand Line and probably got lost or something themselves because they had no idea the even concept of our topic today, log posts. The log posts. And the title of this video is very fitting, log post gatekeeping, because it is a gatekeeping kind of thing. Like how are you supposed to prepare for something you have no idea about? Like they talk about preparing for the unexpected and such, and this is literally like that incarnate. Like what do you mean? Like, I literally feel like you need to know about the log post before you even get to the Grand Line, or you're just gonna get mollywopped. Like, it's such a divide in just like the information that's provided and such. Like, you really, like, again, you kind of get this feeling again when they're like heading to Skypiea and they're learning about all the such, and they're learning about how it's viewed in the actual world and stuff. And even then, the Straw Hats got kind of lucky because it's, at least they had, they just so happened to meet a descendant of Nolan who has been diving his whole life, who found gold, who like really believed in the stuff and was like testing their like belief systems and such. And it probably, like, his relationship with Nolan and his relationship with diving and finding his gold and all that is pretty romantic as well, like in a similar fashion, which is why I think he, like such a hard-boiled kind of god, even thought it was like okay to like spill out his feelings and such to these people who he actually just met. You know what I mean? Like, he's dealing with people all the time who are just like ignorant and such. And maybe because he was a pirate himself, that he was able to, like, see through the words that the Straw Hat were saying. Like, he was able to see through, like, to like their true character and such, and just why like they earned his respect and such. But we digressed a little bit. Yeah, dog, the law post is stupid and it makes me very upset. Like, Like, what do you mean that I literally have to know about the log post to even like have a game plan? And even then, like, even if you know about the log post and you get out there, like, who are you about to get one from? You literally need to the perfect, like, the stars need to align for you to get a log post. Because like even with the Straw Hats, like after Laboon and stopped them, and they had like the whole interactions with him and Crocus and such, like they still got lucky that Vivi and I forget the number that she was with. I think it was like 7 or something like that. Like her and Mr. 7 like decided to attack Laboon that day as well. Like there was already kind of scheduled. Like they were in the right place at the right time so hard that like the rest of the story was even possible. Because like I feel like we don't even talk about this. This was a long time ago, but I just caught up on One Piece like last year, so all of this is still fresh to me. And like, what do you mean? They got so lucky. And I mean like their luck is like literally a part of the story. Like Oda goes far to make sure that you understand that they got some godlike nat 20s going on, because there's no way they should have gotten this far, at least this quick. Look at Don Cree. He literally did it, and we watched him fail, and we never understood why he failed until we got to the Grand Line ourselves, because Don Cree didn't have a log post. Y'all thought it was weird that like obviously Mihawk got to them, but honestly I think Mihawk was a blessing for them, because like not only did it give us the ammunition we needed to get Sanji, but it which is another lucky thing, by the way, it also gave Zoro his chance against Mihawk. It also gave Luffy new connections to Sanji and Zoro. It also gave, well, I guess Zoro would have been there since jump, but you know, building character and all that. It's just very intriguing to see that Don Cree wasn't allowed to do it, and he was so salty about not being able to do it. For God's sake, they all almost died from starvation on the way back, right? And I'm calling them lucky. But they were lucky, because I don't even know how they managed to run away from Mihawk, because you don't know. It's so hard to keep your bearings on the ground line. This has been established over and over and over again. Like, it is straight up death if you lose your log post. But to lose your log post, you need to know about the log post to even have a log post. And even if you know about the log post, where are you getting one? You don't know where any islands are. You just came out off of the damn reverse mountain, and now you're just selling out, and you're just rolling your dice. Like, no wonder so many people died going to the Grand Line, because no one knows about the log post. You literally need to get lucky. Like, you need to run into somebody needs to attack you, and you need to beat them and take their log post. But you wouldn't even think to take the log post unless you saw it and you're like, what is this? Give it to our navigator. Like, what is this? And your navigator don't know what it is. I mean, you're gonna have to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, once you have the log post, at that point it's like, okay, were you smart enough to figure out the Rubik's Cube, so to speak, which is like the log post reading the magnetic signals sent off by the different islands in order to get to your next destination, and then that starts your Grand Line journey all the way to the Sabaody archipelago eventually, right? Like, if you manage to make it that far, because you could just end up on an island where the Marines decide to be. Up titties. like that. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like the log post just halts your journeys so hard, bro. And like, I just can't even wrap my head fully around just like the sheer amount of distress and such. Like, there had to be a million Brooks. You know what I mean? And like, it's crazy that they made it to the Triangle. Did they just sail there aimlessly after they all died on the crew? It was implied that they got into battles and such, but like, that means they got lucky too. They got their log post at some point. Maybe they talked to Crocus, and Crocus told them about it, because, you know, Crocus was kind of a big mouth. You don't really get a lot of visitors, because, you know, people just be selling out and dying if maybe they just crash into Laboon. And that's only if Laboon is there that day. I mean, I really hope that I got the point across, you guys. Um, yeah, this has been a blast. Thank you guys so much for coming on through. This has been Marcus the Observer, aka the Black Teching, aka my other name, which is like a surprise. Like I feel like no one's gonna know my like third name until like either you know it already or you're just not gonna know. And I think that's somewhat romantic. I kind of like that. It shouldn't be too hard to find though. I'm actually thinking of like disconnecting the two accounts, like disconnecting all the links except what I show and such. But yeah, this has been Log Post Gatekeeping, you guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. How do you guys like my whole take on it? Yeah, this is. I think we really harped on it enough, and that's gonna be it for me, you guys. Thank you guys so much. I had a little outro. Let me try to find it real quick. And I always wanted to start saying, so I gotta start it eventually. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about next, but I literally just have a list of things I just think about, and was just like, yeah, bro, this is stupid. I want to talk about this because this makes me upset, and like it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I found it, I found it, I found it. All right, you guys. So this is kind of cheesy, but we're gonna get used to it. I want to blow like a gust of wind, and hope you remember our time together. Thanks for watching, and never forget. And then I'm gonna have like a little cut in that's like the outro, something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Maybe Marcus the Observer won't have an outro. Who knows? But yeah, you guys, that's it. I'm done rambling. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. All right.